What? It can't be 2017 already, but it is. Oh my lord, it is almost 2017. A whole year has passed, and can you believe it? I can. And while a lot of people are calling 2016 the worst year ever and like complaining for it to go away, and there are reasons why that I can understand. But overall, I can't let the bad things happen just wash out the good, and it's actually been a pretty good year for me. Don't shoot down my happiness. So I thought it's the end of the year, I got this Christmas tree next to me to be a little festive, and I just thought that we would go through some of the highlights of each month of the year, my year, 2016. Do you remember that one? It's happening. And yeah, it's a lot, so you bet your booty I got my notes to remind me of stuff, and this giant wooden rhino. Alright, that gag's a little too heavy to keep up. There's some jokes that ain't worth it, kids. So, here we go, Anna's 2016. January. Let me set the scene for you a little bit here. In the beginning of January, I was actually right here. Whoa, that's trippy. I was here visiting in Austin, but I was actually living in New York. I was dating Sean at the time, and I was pretty much working. That was my life. So January mostly consisted of catering events, princess parties, and I got hired by Total Entertainment. That's when I started doing hype dancing for mitzvahs. Hey! If y'all don't know what hype dancing is, otherwise known as party motivators, we basically get the 13-year-old kids and their parents to dance, which is a struggle, which is why I get paid to do it. February. So definitely even more catering, just catering all the time. I actually got hired to work for a new catering place, so by this point I was working at like 4 or 5 catering places. I also was still doing princess parties, but in February I did my first fursuit party as Minnie Mouse, soon to be followed by Minions and etc. other things. Which is actually, I gotta admit, a lot of fun. I still like doing princesses better, but the fursuit characters weren't that bad. February, as we all know, also has this Valentine's Day. And for Valentine's Day, Sean and I went to see Something Rotten on Broadway, which is a hilarious show. And then we went to Serendipity 3, where they have these amazing sundaes that are like this big, and usually 2 people can't even finish them, which I don't think we did. March. You guessed it, more catering. When I lived in New York, I really had to constantly work to pay rent. That was sort of my life. So let's just assume I did catering from here on out. I also did some modeling. I did a shoot for this brand of shoes, which I still haven't gotten the photos for or payment, so that's really weird. I also started doing some classes and workshops with like agents and casting directors and whatnot through a company called One on One, which also has a branch in LA, but I think it's called Actors Connection here or something like that. And last but not least, Everybody Wants Some, the Richard Linklater film, was released this month. If you don't know at this point, I got the wonderful opportunity to be in that movie. Quentin was a really big character in the movie. So yeah, it was really cool that that was released, and I had something to talk about with agents and casting directors now. April, I kind of went crazy with one-on-one classes. I just took a buttload of classes all throughout the month. And April was also when I decided to move to LA, and I made this little video here. Meh. So to get ready for the move at the end of May, I had so many sketch ideas that I wanted to produce and get out there before I moved. In May, I pumped out the dating sim sketch, I pumped out the makeup artist sketch, and I actually filmed another sketch that was never released. Ooh, a secret sketch. But I don't think it will be, to be honest. It just didn't really turn out how I wanted it to, and if I'm not happy with something and I wouldn't watch it and laugh, I don't release it. But maybe one day I'll look back and laugh and release it. I don't know, we'll see. I have a hole right there, and if you bully me for it, I'll cry. And on May 24th, I did possibly the biggest transition of 2016, and I moved to LA, where I immediately got a fever. I was sick for the first like 2 weeks of LA. It really sucked. But I was staying with Arthur, which was fun. So on June 1st, I moved into my place in Burbank with my new roommate at the time, Lauren, who was awesome. And I loved that place, and I miss that place. I just moved out of it last month, unfortunately. So I moved in and pretty quickly got a job with a hype dancing company, Dream Team Entertainment. Another huge thing that happened in June was I got to do this LA showcase that One on One in New York sponsors for LA. What it basically was a chance to workshop with a couple casting directors, some acting coaches, and showcase in front of like 18 different agents, 2 of which called me in to have meetings with them. Perhaps the best part was that I got to meet a ton of new friends there, many of which I still hang out with to this day, so that was awesome. Great start, LA. Oh, July. Wow, July was insane. I did end up signing with one of those agencies. To celebrate the 4th of July, I did a couple of things. The first of which was Arthur had a pool party with some of the cast of the sign language version of Spring Awakening. And then I also went to Glen Powell's 4th of July pool party where I got to hang out with some of the cast of Everybody Wants Some again, so that's cool. I was also going on I was starting to get auditions and callbacks. It was definitely a big month for auditions. I also hit 1,000 subscribers that month, and in the same month hit 2,000 subscribers, so that was awesome. This was the month that Pokemon Go came out and was a big thing, and I made the Pokemon Go sketch edition. I didn't quite make it onto the bandwagon in time, but hey, you know, still did it. And I finally got a car after like a month and a half of trying to get one, so that was a big relief. August? So August was a bit of a low point in my year, which is actually ironic because it holds one of my favorite days of 2016, and right afterwards my life just hit a high point. So that month I got into a bit of a slump. That was the month I made the video on loneliness. But I'll tell you what, that same month I got a ton of catering interviews and ended up getting those jobs. And in August my daddy visited me in LA and we had the most amazing couple of days. So pick one of those days, I don't care which one. That was one of my favorite days of 2016. We had so much fun. September. It went from August slumpy, blacky month to like amazing month. Life. A few things happened in September. So number one, I discovered Musical Mondays with Arthur, which we've been going to almost every Monday since. Two, I started working in all those catering jobs that I acquired, so I started having a steady income. Three, I went to go see Straight Outta Oz, the Todrick Hall tour with Jen, which was awesome. 4, I started taking UCB, which is Upright Citizens Brigade classes. Those are improv classes. And 5, I shot a pilot, which I can't really talk about, but I met 2 very special important people in my life there. And that was Amber and Andrew. We were hanging out the whole time there, becoming friends. We went out afterwards and hung out some more. And then later that same month, we all went to Mumos, that's Musical Mondays. And that was the day where we planned to go to Disneyland. We talked all that. Like, it was the day that really like solidified our friendship and was like, hey, we're gonna be good friends for a while, huh? So that was tied as my favorite day of 2016 because when you know that you've just made awesome friends, that's a pretty dang fantastic day in my book. October included even more classes, workshops, auditions, all that good stuff. It was Halloween, of course, which is one of my favorite holidays where I got to be Red the Werewolf Hunter. And I went to Disneyland with Amber and Andrew. Woo! You can see that video here.
I forgot my birthday. Nice one, Anna. It was October 26th, and me and some of my LA Showcase friends got together and played some board games.
November is when I shot a video with Andrew and got to meet Jeremy and Parker, who are his roommates, and so now we have a little family of 5. I also went with Arthur to see Hedwig, Darren, Chris, and Lena Hall perform, and we got to meet them afterwards, and they are honestly the sweetest people. But a majority of November was actually spent shooting this short film called Louisa, where I got to play Louisa. That was like a 3-week process, and it was so much fun. It was like fun and challenging because it's a drama. But I got to meet and work with some great people and do what I love, so it was an awesome experience. And then the thing that most people talk about when they talk about 2016. Yep, Trump was elected president. And I mourned just as much of the nation did. I was actually watching the election in a gay bar with a lot of the friends I had made from Mumos, so you can kind of imagine what the atmosphere was like. But I refuse to let one bad apple shit all over my 2016, which has been so good thus far. So in 2017, we will work and try to make it just as good a year in 2017 as it was in 2016. December! And here we are in December, but it's still been a busy month, so don't click away yet. In LA, I interviewed and got hired as a bottle service server for a club, which is hopefully gonna bring in that moolah for 2017. Amber and I went to Disney again in December, where we got to see Holiday Disney and meet Moana and such. We also had a Christmas party for our little LA family, where we took this awesome Christmas family photo. And then I went home to Austin, where I've been getting to hang out with my amazing family, with my mom unfortunately having to stay in Denmark, but completely here in spirit. I've also been getting to hang out with some of my best friends. And as it's almost New Year's, I'm starting to make goals for 2017. The first quarter at least. I do my goals in manageable sections. So 2016, you're okay in my book. And here is to a happy 2017. You're gonna be my New Year's kiss, baby. Hope you had a good 2016, and I'll see you in 2017. Ooh, I forgot to mention some favorites for 2016. So my favorite game, I haven't played a lot, I mostly watch them on YouTube, but the one that I have been playing and that I really love was Stardew Valley. Sort of like a Harvest Moon, but a little bit different. Favorite movie was Arrival. I can't remember the last time I left a movie theater that awestruck. It was amazing. Favorite song, the one called Shelter, which has this awesome music video. If you haven't seen that, please go watch it right away. It's amazing. And favorite show, it's a tie because they're two different genres, so it doesn't count. It's probably between Stranger Things and Silicon Valley, which I just started watching this year, and it's a really funny show. So there you go. There are my favorites of 2016. Bye again.